Variety, a very credible news source for movies, has released an article titled Crisis at Marvel. Jonathan Majors, backup plans, the Marvels, reshoots, reviving original Avengers, and more issues revealed. There's a lot in that title. There's a lot of crap in that title.
I'm just saying, I didn't want to say I told you so, but I told you so.
You kind of did tell us. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say you did call it pretty early. What is it that you called here, brother?
Basically, that Marvel is on the same road as DC and is converting itself into DC.
They have lost their way.
Yeah, so apparently all of Marvel, they went on their yearly retreat, and this year they had a
shiitake mushroom
show out there. They're kind of pretty much questioning everything that they've been doing. They don't know why they're not as successful as they were in prior years. Like before 2020, the ramp up to Thanos, which was overall pretty damn good, especially at the end. And this year, like they don't have that strong run. They've released a lot of things, a lot of movies. They've released series, and it's not hitting the same way.
Do you think it is kind of just them trying to push through so much content at once? Before, we would get maybe 2, maybe 3 movies a year, and now we're getting like 5 a year plus the shows, and it's like, okay, maybe not 5 movies, but like we're getting like, with a mix of movies and shows, we're getting like 5, I guess,
products, 5 different
products. There you go.
Well, I think is what you said a few episodes back. Kevin Feige's being spread too thin in a short span of time.
I was on board at first, right, with the series, and then I think they made the mistake to where they were relying on the fans to watch these shows because they tie it directly into the films. But not in hey, it's an Easter egg, we're referring to the series. It was like, you have to watch the series.
It's required.
And not everyone is into the series. Not all of them, right? Like, because they had Loki, that one's great. Loki's great. But then they have Miss Marvel. Not everyone is interested in Miss Marvel. Moon Knight. Not everyone is familiar with that character. I wasn't familiar with that character. Not that it was a bad show. I thought that Moon Knight was actually pretty good overall. But, I didn't know the character. It took me long after release for me to actually check it out. Starting with the first one, WandaVision, it was required to watch, for the most part, Multiverse of Madness. I know a lot of people, a lot of friends who went to watch Multiverse of Madness, and they're like, I didn't get it. Why was she bad? I don't understand. And it was all explained in WandaVision. It was like you said, it was required.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen WandaVision, but I kind of got the gist of it. I was like, okay, must have happened there. Okay. On to the next one.
And again, listeners, keep in mind, we're not movie cinema experts or whatever. We're kind of just talking from from a consumer's point of view. Yeah, I think everything's just spread so thin. It's very, I'll say it again, oversaturated with things that they want you to watch, and they kind of make it mandatory for you if you want to understand it 100%. And it's just, man, I don't know.
Too much of a good thing.
Too much of a good thing. I feel like I just ate a basket full of chocolate, and my stomach is upset because I had too much of it. That's what it feels like.
I get it. To make another comparison, it's no secret, right, that I am a wrestling fan. I watch the WWE, right? Dude, I was watching 3 hours of Raw. I was watching 2 hours of SmackDown. Damn. I was watching 1 hour of NXT. And it was 6 hours of my time with work and kids and family. And it was absorbing my time. I was watching almost wrestling exclusively. And it was I want to watch a movie. I want to play a video game. I want to do something else. So, it was just so much to watch. And I ended up dropping it for the most part. I can see how this, comparably with Marvel, it can be too much of one thing. People are just not happy with it.
Yeah. So aside from the whole, I guess, oversaturation of the shows and the content that's coming out, I've also heard that they're not really satisfied with what Kang the Conqueror is doing.
Jonathan Majors. So he's also on the headline involving his court stuff, where he was accused of hitting his girlfriend at the time.
Right. Or his date. Yeah. His date of the night. Yeah, sure.
His woman.
His
woman.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, supposedly his lawyers were saying that with all the evidence they have, like with him and on her or whatever, what happened, they're saying, oh, it's money in the bag. We got this. As soon as we show it in court, they're going to drop it. And I guess it didn't go their way because I guess the judge was like, nah, I don't see enough evidence here. We're going to court.
Yeah. And I think at the end of this month, at the end of November is when they're going to go to their first court date. And these things, they take time. It could be months. It could be a couple years. I mean, geez. I can't blame Marvel for wanting to have a backup plan. Right?
Especially since they need their actors to be there when they're filming, just because they want the movie to release on time. They can't keep pushing it back. Like another movie we're going to speak of pretty soon. It just, they have to be there. And they can afford to not have, especially their main villain, not to do his part.
All right, so let me ask you this. I enjoyed the movie. What did y'all think of Ant-Man 3, Quantumania?
I'm like a meh.
I was definitely underwhelmed. I was overhyped. And I was expecting top notch, more than what they delivered. And when they didn't, I didn't get what I wanted. It was kind of disappointing. Not that it was a bad movie, but it was just what I was expecting, I guess.
I felt there wasn't enough fight scenes, like legit fight scenes in the movie. If anything, it was just like that final fight.
Pretty much.
And I don't think he made a statement like Thanos did. Like, he was just there. I feel in that movie they talked more than action.
They were trying to try to build to something new, I guess, right? And I think maybe that's how a lot of other viewers felt. I read also that not only due to the allegations against Jonathan Majors, Kang the Conqueror doesn't really seem to be doing as well as they would have hoped. He's not bringing in the revenue. He doesn't seem to be bringing in new fans. And so they're kind of wondering, is this a character we want to continue with, or should we bring in bigger guns?
And who would that be?
I've heard they're thinking of bringing in someone who could cause a lot of destruction. A lot of... What's the word I'm thinking of? Starts with a D.
Dick?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was the one that...
Oh, my bad.
Said.
Go ahead.
So they're just going to change the name, right? From the Kang Dynasty to the Doom Dynasty?
The Doom Dynasty. I mean... as soon as this comes up, the new Avengers, it's going to say Kang Dynasty, and then like scratch out the Kang and scribble in Doom at the bottom.
Well, now that Fox was acquired by Disney, right, Marvel can use a lot of those Fox characters. They can use X-Men, they can use Fantastic Four, and technically, if you want to go with the comics, Doom is the one who is primarily involved in Secret Wars, not Kang.
That's what I was about to say.
Right.
Now, if they want to make the change, I think they are still early enough to make that change. But the question is, should they? They're, like you said, they started world building. They started setting up Kang. Loki is huge on Kang. I mean, he's the main antagonist. And I really do like Jonathan Majors' work as Kang. I like him in the role. I like the way he plays him. It's a tough one. Because like we said, it could be months. It could be a year. It could be years. I don't think Disney wants to be involved with someone who potentially could end up losing that court battle.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How would you feel, say I'm Disney, right, and I'm making Marvel movies. I bring in an actor who can play Doom really well, right? Next movie, Kang shows up for a couple of scenes. Doom comes in, post-credits or something, knocks out, locks him up, and now Doom takes over. Now, potentially, if Doom loses at the end of this arc or whatever, Kang could potentially come back. Someone finds the key, he comes out, and he can take over if he wins his court case, if they decide to keep him on. And if he doesn't come back on, well, we lost the key. Kang is now gone.
Yeah, that's one way to do it, yeah.
Man.
It's in a way, it's putting Kang on hold and rolling in someone else to take over. That can work. I mean, they did that for what, Turtles, the Michael Bay Turtles 2, when Kang came in. I mean, he locked up Shredder and he's gone for the whole film. The difference is we love Shredder, and Kang, I don't necessarily love the guy, right? Like,
Krang.
no, I mean now for us, for Marvel, back to Marvel.
Okay.
Kang isn't,
because you were saying, you were saying Kang
But
locked up Shredder.
If you look at it this
Krang.
way, they're gonna put the Akon song, "Locked Up, Don't Let Me Out."
All right. Well, if we're gonna keep writing our version here, I need to put on the Kevin Feige hat. There we go. Here we go.
There you go.
That's better.
It looks like you're trying to choose a college.
Right. So right now, Kang is
He's in limbo.
Kevin Feige is questioning if he is big enough. Is he a big enough threat to be the next Thanos? Can he fit that role? And with the underperformance that Quantumania was, it's up in the air, right? I feel like Thanos, he wasn't heavily involved the first half before 2020, the whole Thanos arc. He wasn't heavily involved. He didn't show up until it was his time to shine, and when he came in, he just laid the smackdown, and he was a huge threat. He just made himself known.
Basically, what you're saying is Thanos whipped out his big purple winner. And,
Pretty much.
And Kang just little pew pew.
He hasn't made his presence.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, Kang seems to be like a average-sized guy, and Thanos was like 10 feet tall. So Kang, apples to oranges.
I am inevitable.